Hi everyone, I'm Brenda Brosnan of the Brosnan team at Summit Funding. I want to take a couple of minutes and explain the basics of a 203K loan. A 203K loan is an FHA government insured loan. The premise of the 203K loan is that you are able to buy a home as is from a seller, and the home as is does not meet the appraisal standards of getting an FHA loan. That could be, for example, it's missing a kitchen or it's missing the water heater and it doesn't have functioning electricity. It could also just mean that a house is functioning, fully functioning, but ugly. And your buyer really wants to redo the kitchen and redo the bathroom, or just put in new carpet and paint and light fixtures and appliances. Okay? So what happens with the 203K is you help your buyer negotiate with the seller a home price as is. Okay? We have to immediately get contractors out there that are licensed and insured, that have, that are licensed and insured and can provide documentation to us to prove so, to do bids so they can tell us what has to be done to a house or what a client desires to be done to a house. Let's use, for example, new carpeting and a new roof. Okay, those are two great examples to use. Very easy to use in my scenario to explain. So let's say your client buys a house for $100 as is, okay? But they want to put in new carpeting and it really needs a new roof, and it won't pass inspection for an FHA appraisal because the roof is practically falling apart and shingles are falling off all over the ground, okay? So we put together the $100,000 purchase agreement with the seller because the seller's only getting $100, and they know they're not willing to put a new roof on and they're not willing to put in new carpeting. And then we take the bids from the contractor. Let's say it is $15,000 for all new carpeting and a roof, just pretend, okay? We take the bids and we give the bids and the purchase agreement for the as-is home to the appraiser, okay? Now, the appraiser essentially has to go out and appraise the home subject to completion of carpet and roof, and it has to appraise for $115,000. That's the cost of the as-is home and the cost of the roof and the new carpeting throughout. So we need the house to appraise for $115,000. So the client's purchase price to us in the paperwork for their loan is $115,000, even though the seller's getting the house for $100,000 or selling the house for $100,000. So you've got a $115,000 purchase price. The 3.5% FHA minimum down payment is based on the $115,000. We do all the paperwork. We have extensive detail and directions to help the client and you get through this in a timely fashion, because you really got to know what you're doing, or we will guide you, and we know what we're doing. We go to closing. We give the client their $100,000 so they can give it to the seller. Okay? Then we have the bidder, the contractor, come out, complete the carpet, complete the roof, and then the appraiser goes back out, re-inspects the home, confirms that both are done, and certain payments are paid out or payments in full. Now, it can be a little more complicated if you're doing structural changes, and it can be a little more complicated if you've got several things that have to get done, because there's certain ways that the payments go out based on what was done and completed on the house, and the appraiser might have to go out a couple times. There's a certain time frame to when the completions have to get done, but we're excellent at 203Ks. So it is in your best interest to have a great lending team help you get these done and to guide you through the process with your client. We're here to help. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call or email us at brosnanteam@summitfunding.net. Have a great day.